Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Quickie Tarot. I'm going to shake it up this week. We're going to do what is X thinking. So if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. If it doesn't feel like your reading, it's not your reading. If it does seem like it could be your reading, it probably is. If it's not your reading, check your moon and rising signs. The energies change. Maybe you can find another X reading out there. I'm not sure. But I have shuffled these cards really good. Let's get started. For our Sagittarius, what are their X's thinking, please? Sagittarius. What are their X's thinking? There's the King of Wands. Sagittarius. Whoa, that one I really have to stretch for. What are Sagittarius's X's thinking? What are Sagittarius's X's thinking? I knew that one wanted to come out. Just hang in there. Okay. Wow. Seven of Swords right in the middle. Okay, we have enough cards to get started. So the Seven of Swords, this is the overall energy of this reading. This is sneaky behavior. This is lying, cheating, stealing. It could be rumors. It can be jealousy. It can be, it can be a lot of things, but it's negative and it's taking and not giving. Oh, excuse me. That surrounds the whole reading. So here is the problem with the relationship right here. Up here in your highest energy, Page of Pentacles. You cannot stop thinking about them. You can't get your ex off your mind. You're still trying to evaluate the whole situation. You're still bound by your thoughts on your ex. This is the Eight of Swords. This is in your highest energy. But this is a card of illusion. This Eight of Swords. The mouth is not bound. The feet are not bound. You can walk out of that situation. You can ask for help. So you can move on, but I feel like you can't. You know what I mean? It's like you feel stuck in trying to evaluate them, and you can't stop thinking about them. Trying to analyze what happened between the two of you, which is the Lovers up here in your highest energy. This is also the card for Gemini, so someone have Gemini in their chart someplace. This is a soulmate connection brought to you by the universe. It's a divine connection. So this is what you felt, and this is why you can't get your mind off of them, because it is a soulmate connection. That is what your attraction to each other was. We all have soulmates. Just that this one apparently didn't work out. And there's a lot of soulmates out there that will never be a lover. That will never, it could be a clerk at the grocery store that you're like, I know you from somewhere, and like, but where? Well, it was from another life. That's why they're called soulmates. You've known them in another life. Under the Page of Pentacles is the King of Wands. This is your energy. This is fire. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. So this is your reading. This is going to be your energy, holding that staff and new beginnings. So that's what you're thinking about. It's right under the Page of Pentacles. You're wondering why this new beginning didn't go anywhere. Well, I'll tell you why, because it's sitting right next to the Seven of Swords. And this is sneaky behavior. There was something going on that, like behind your back, something was going on that was preventing this from becoming a committed and stable and secure relationship. It's this card, the Ten of Pentacles, is right under the Lovers. So this is what you wanted, but it didn't happen because of the Seven of Swords. That energy right there. In their energy, the X's energy, the first card is the Ace of Swords. So this tells me that they were truthful. So here they're being dishonest, or someone is, but in their highest energy, this is right below that staff and new beginnings. I think they came right out and said and told you, no, I don't want to move forward in this relationship. And here, you know, they knew you did. And they might have told you why, too. They might have told you why. But in the meantime, this relationship was based on lies. It wasn't based on what lasting relationship would be based on. This Ace of Swords is right next to the Two of Swords. This is probably what they told you. They probably said, I am not ready to open my heart up. I don't want to be in a commitment. I don't want to see it, and I don't want to deal with it, a commitment at all. And that is under the Seven of Swords. So it feels to me like because they blocked their heart and didn't really want to see this relationship for anything more than what worked for them, that they were just doing whatever, you know. And I think that they were dating others or something here and seeing others. Their heart was not in it, definitely. It's this Two of Swords is right next to the Five of Cups, and this is why. They've had failed relationships. They have let their heart get in it before, and that's what happened. The cup spilled over. And so they're very disappointed, and they could be disappointed in themselves. They do not trust their judgment, that they're making the right decision in going forth with a relationship. All they see is bad things coming from it. But this is the Five of Cups is also the card of hope. If they were to turn around, then they could see the hope in love, and it's right below the Ten of Pentacles. So what they're actually looking at as far as commitment, stability, and security in a relationship is it will fail. That's why it couldn't advance. It's like, you know, they kiboshed it. So here's the Four of Swords. This is in their energy. They're still healing. They're still healing from past relationships. They'd rather spend time alone, seeking advice from the universe, than to be in a relationship right now. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're spending a lot of time alone. They do reach out to the universe. They do meditate, and they're still in the process of healing from something else. It could be from this relationship. But I feel like since it's next to the Five of Cups, that they're still healing from another relationship. That's why this relationship could not move forward. More cards here, please. Yes. For Sagittarius. What is X thinking? What is my X thinking? Okay, next to the Four of Swords is the Five of Swords and their energy. So they're looking back at you, but they got all their swords. And that was the whole point. That was the whole point of this relationship not continuing on, so they could get out of it standing up straight. But they haven't forgotten about you. I think they were starting to have feelings for you because this Ace of Cups is right above the Five of Swords. And I think that's part of the reason they're reaching out to the universe is they're wondering if they let love go. We have the Four of Wands here above the Four of Swords. This is about commitment. This is about soulmates. This is the spiritual card. It's about marriage. Well, they weren't ready, okay, to get that deep, to go that deep. I don't think they were even ready to love, but I think they did feel it. So I do think they loved you. I do think they thought about commitment, stability, security. But when it came right down to it, they weren't ready. They are remembering what it feels like to have a relationship fail, and that's what scared them off. They're still healing. They need to heal before they can move into anything like this. Before they can hand out that big cup of love. They did have feelings for you. Do not think that they didn't, because they did. Up here in your highest energy is the Three of Wands. That's where you're at now, looking over the ocean. I think you're kind of waiting for them to come back. You're also waiting to see if someone else shows up. That might be, another soulmate. Like another ship might come in. I think you're doing both. I think you're waiting for them to come back, and I think you're wondering if somebody else could come along that'll take your mind off of them, because that's all you're doing is thinking about them. I don't know why I'm taking more. I'm going to take more time than I should for these quick readings. Okay, I got a few cards out here. Let's read them. Okay, I have the Star. Healing on both sides of them looking back at you. Healing to the bare bones. Yeah, they got healing to do for sure. This is seeing their own reflection in the pool of water and having their reflection bounce back at them. It's very spiritual. Them remembering who they are, the essence of who they are in life. We have the Tower that came out right next to the Ace of Cups. They're healing over this Tower. They're still healing over your breakup. Oh gosh. And as you are still healing over the breakup. But you're starting to balance. If you're not yet, you will balance those scales. This is the card for Libra. So you might have Libra in your chart or around this reading. This is the card for Aquarius. You might have Aquarius in his chart or around this reading. There's communication here. So it looks like there's going to be some communication that's going to help you balance your life. You got your sword up. You're in self-protection mode. But you've got a hold of yourself here. But I think it comes only after communication. And the communication is going to be about love. It's going to be about the Tower moment. I don't think it's over yet. I mean, it's over, but I don't think it's over. You know what I mean? Because these things are still fresh on both your minds. This Tower moment is in both your energies still. They're healing over the Tower moment, and you are getting rebalanced. So you're healing, getting your life balanced again. But you have not forgot about them. Still on your mind. And they haven't forgot about you. There was love between the two of you. There was a possibility for commitment, for marriage, for a fresh beginning. But they got into this area or this place in their mind that it won't work out, and it feels like they just kind of turned it off because they figured it wasn't going to work out, because it never does. And that type of feeling. Okay, so Sagittarius, this was your reading. I would expect some communication with your ex.